Hello guys! Welcome back to my channel. At kung bago ka sa channel na to, I'm Za and this is Za Canada. Today we have a new topic and it's all about the vulnerable open work permit at kung kanino siya nag-a-apply at ang bagong update in filing a vulnerable open work permit in 2026. I have talked about this topic before, but let's do this again. Kasi I feel like there's a lot of still employees na nagtsatsaga sa mapang-abusong employer dahil they would like to keep their status here in Canada. So, ano nga ba ang vulnerable open work permit and how do you apply for it? Yan ang pag-uusapan natin sa video na to. Panoorin hanggang dulo. Thank you sa lahat ng mga nag-subscribe sa akin lately at kung hindi pa, mag-subscribe na kayo. And in my channel, we talk about different immigration updates here in Canada and life of Filipinos here in Canada and other things. So anyway, what is vulnerable open work permit? So this is a special open work permit given to foreign workers in Canada who are experiencing abuse or at risk of abuse from their employer. Meaning, those people na nakakaranas ng psychological abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, sexual abuse, or financial abuse. Kapag na-approve ka dito, then you can leave your employer immediately. You can work for any employer in Canada at hindi ka na syempre tied sa iisang employer lang. Kasi normally, those people who applied for this program are employer-specific. Employer-specific meaning, tied ka sa iisang employer, sa iisang location, at sa iisang nature ng job. So for example, if you applied for a teacher and you've been abused in that particular industry, then you can only work as a teacher. But if you've been approved for the vulnerable open work permit, as long as there is no condition listed under your work permit, then you can always work for any type of employer. So, kung ang permit mo ay nakapangalan sa iisang employer, yun nga, hindi ka pwedeng lumipat. So, why Canada created this permit? Kasi may mga tao or may mga employer na mapang-abuso sa mga foreign worker. Kasi kala nila na kapag nag-hire sila ng foreign worker, kahit ano pwede na nilang gawin, which is a no-no. Here in Canada, temporary foreign workers are being treated equally as Canadian or permanent residents. Pantay-pantay ang labor law dito. Meaning, if you've been financially abused, like unpaid wages, like hindi ka pinabayaran ng overtime, or ng leave, vacation leave, sick leave, like these things. Harassment, syempre, verbal harassment, sexual harassment, unsafe working conditions. Probably these are those people who work in the construction, hindi binibigyan siguro ng mga PPE. So, these are the unsafe working conditions. Threats from employers. Threats like, sige, kapag umalis ka dito, ipa-deport kita. These things are some of the abuse na nararanasan ng mga temporary foreign worker dito sa Canada. Kaya, kinreate ng IRCC or ng gobyerno ng Canada yung vulnerable open work permit para mabigyan ng another pagkakataon yung temporary foreign worker na maghanap ng trabaho, ng mas maayos na trabaho. And syempre, yung mga taong hindi alam itong programa na ito, minsan sila yung mga tao na natatakot kasi baka mawalan sila ng status sa Canada. But this is the main purpose of this video. Okay? If you are currently in Canada, you have an employer-specific work permit, and you are experiencing abuse or risk of abuse related to your job, like physical abuse, psychological abuse, financial abuse, threats or intimidation, at iba't iba pa. So, pwede kang mag-apply nito. Alright, things that they actually updated this 2026 is how officers assess the application. What evidence is acceptable, interview procedures, kung meron man, and documentation requirements. For me, hindi naman ako inanapan ng hindi naman ako na-interview, but I actually provide enough evidence in order for them to grant me a vulnerable open work permit. So the goal of the update is to improve fairness, make decisions more consistent, and better protect vulnerable workers. Okay? And sa pag-apply nito, there is no fee. Libre ang pag-upload nito or libre ang pag-apply nito sa IRCC if you're going to do it by yourself. But kung hindi maalam sa computer, kung hindi masyadong magaling mag-English or magaling mag-type ng explanation letter, because there's a lot of things that you need to do. Not really a lot, but it will be better if you provide a detailed explanation why you are applying for the vulnerable open work permit para mas mapabilis yung pagpaprocess nila. So, there is a written explanation. So these are the requirements that you need to submit. Written explanation, messages or email, witness statements, photos or documents, and employer's record. Okay? So when it's been approved, again, you can always work to the employer that you want. Yung in-applyan mo, kahit kaninong employer, pwede ka na mag-apply. Kasi naka-open work permit ka na. And again, of course, there is always a condition on your work permit. So make sure to read the condition on your work permit, because some work permit, it says there that you cannot work in education or healthcare facility. But once again, it depends upon the condition. Kung wala nakalagay yun doon, and then, pwede ka mag-apply. So that should be it for the update when it comes to vulnerable open work permit. Again, if you are a temporary foreign worker here in Canada and you are facing abuse from your employer, you do not have to stay. Okay? You can always file for a vulnerable open work permit and leave safely, find a job, and protect your status. Okay? Well, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below kung may kakilala kayong gustong mag-apply or may tanong kayo when it comes to applying vulnerable open work permit. You can always check my previous video. I shared that detailed experience that I had about applying sa vulnerable open work permit at kung bakit ako nag-apply noon. Okay? So, thank you once again, at laging tatandaan, hindi kailangan maraming pera, basta may peace of mind. Until next time. Bye-bye.